All right, drum roll, please. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am your Ringmaster Johnathan Lee Iverson, and welcome one and all to Circus Talk's World Circus Days celebration. Applause, 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 applause. Although the World Circus Federation had to cancel the live circus performances and gatherings for this annual circus holiday, CircusTalk, the largest online network and resource for the circus industry, wanted to offer this event as a way to stay connected during World Circus Day. Today, we celebrate separately, but together. I love that line. We'd like to share a special message from the World Circus Federation. So please stay tuned, because after the message, it's on with the show. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have a wonderful message from Zsuzsanna Mata, Executive Director of the World Circus Federation. So here we go, and please excuse my French. Today, and I don't mean that with curse words, I mean my actual French. Today, the World Circus community virtually pays tribute to our art form. The Fédération Mondiale du Cirque, based on the one-year experience of the European Circus Day and having the conviction that circus arts should have a permanent festive day, founded the World Circus Day and selected the third Saturday of April for the celebrations. Since 2010, more and more partners around the globe joined the events. 225 registered happenings in 45 different countries in 2019. Which aim to promote circus arts and raise public attention by entertaining in a special way, showing and teaching skills, sharing backstage secrets, sharing the art of happiness, organizing parades, using extra publicity, offering unusual entrance fees, and making the public happy and joyful. As Princess Stephanie said in her letter addressed to the circus community, all of a sudden, our life has completely changed in an unimaginable manner due to COVID-19, which became pandemic with supersonic speed. It has threatened our lives, our way of life, and created a crisis situation in the society by the necessity of introducing very severe safety measures. 2020 will be a year to remember for sure. The current situation obliged the Federation to focus more on the safety of the community and act in accordance. Observing the fantastic reaction of circus people and their deep feelings about World Circus Day, we are grateful, and we are sure the World Circus Day as such has solid roots in the community. Circus Ambassador Istva jhelyi, member of the European Parliament, in collaboration with the Fédération Mondiale du Cirque and the European Circus Associations, produced this video to express support and keep alive the positive mood in the World Circus community on the actual World Circus Day, albeit the live celebrations had to be postponed for better times. Once the pandemic is over and life will turn back to normal. So we greet each other today with the firm belief that the show will go on. That is from Zsuzsanna Mata, Executive Director of the World Circus Federation. And so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let the show begin. All right, who do we have up? Who's ready? Who's ready to show us their wonderful acts? And hopefully they're safe, and I'm sure everybody's been staying in shape. You all look wonderful. This is going to be a grand time. I'm looking forward to your messages, so just let us know when you're ready to speak.
But this is the only way we can be sharing our work right now. Now is exactly the time that the spirit of circus is needed, and now is when we need to share our joy, our abilities, our resilience, our flexibility, our creativity with everybody. So I understand that some people also are trying to do this to make a living, and I think there's room for both. But I'm sharing it to get more people aware that we were here, we are still here, and we are going to be here. The show will go on. I
just like to say I'm a groupie of Jessica Hentoff's. She knows that I'm a huge fan of Circus
It's
Harmony.
mutual.
I
Everybody
love
follow
her.
Circus Harmony on social media.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody should follow Circus Harmony. I sing their praises everywhere I go. Circus Harmony is, you know, to me, it's really close to my heart because Circus Harmony is doing for the children of St. Louis what the Boys Choir of Harlem did for me and for so many kids. And so you know, to see her students have gone on to have, you know, wonderful circus careers coming from where they came from, not even knowing that that was a possibility in their lives, but to actually go from, you know, where they came from to having this awakening in circus and seeing how the arts and circus in particular can open a whole new world for you. And then, you know, their lives are just changed completely. I mean, Jessica Hintoff is going straight to heaven. If I had a Mount Rushmore of circus, you'd definitely be one of the people I'd put on it. You know, I just love her to pieces. I love her work, and it's. I'm glad you're here this afternoon, and it's wonderful to celebrate World Circus Day with you.
And I had to switch off because I couldn't use the Circus Harmony Zoom because we have, I don't know, 8 or 10 classes today, and I can't interfere with the classes. So, but check out the videos. We have some great World Circus Day videos, and it's fabulous to see everybody, and you know I adore you.
Well, thank you. Love you.
So my name's Corey. I'm with the Gainesville Circus Center. Also wanted to shout out to Jessica. I'm a huge fan, and thank you again for hosting us last year. Our organization really looks up to all that you've accomplished, and we were talking about putting more and more content in the virtual world, and I think that has so many cool opportunities, but one of the biggest challenges for us is that all of a sudden every small business is now also a media tech company. So the more we can create ways to effectively share information about what's working and what the best combination of tech support is for live streaming classes, because even though I know we're all on Zoom right now, but Zoom has not proven to be the best for live streaming for small studios. So as we're learning, if we can just be open and sharing information, I think that will support all of us.
Hello, Amanda. Welcome, Amanda Delgado.
Hello, everyone. How are you? I'm very glad to be here, just to share with all of you some moments of the World Circus Day. So I'm by the way, I am Amanda. I work with acrobatics on the bike with Duo, with Compañía Alta Gama, and I'm happy to be here with you.
We have Cassandra. There she is.
Hey, I do want to say that I think it's really important to acknowledge all of the performers who are working really hard all the time. And regardless of the situations that allow them to perform for the public, regardless of the situations that allow them to be compensated fairly for their exquisite work. And thank you for doing this. Thank you for having this opportunity for connection and uplifting all of us. And yeah, have fun. I'm looking forward to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And again, again, I'll say thank you again to CircusTalk.com for really facilitating this. If you haven't, I'm assuming everyone who is tuned in, you've become you've subscribed to CircusTalk.com. There's some extraordinary content, and it's growing. I believe there's a podcast, is that correct, Kim, that's going to be developed, or it's already in development?
We recently started our podcast called Circus Voices, which is a series of podcasts from different podcasters who podcast about circus, and they're going to present their podcast series through Circus Talk. Our first series was by Book Kennison and his sister Zoe Kennison, and it's really interesting. He's been interviewing people who are circus artists, particularly who are going through big transitions in their lives, or who have gone through. Perfect timing for that theme, actually.
I see a poll back there. Is that Yvonne? Let me get your name correct. Is that Yvonne Rocobado? Is that correct? Hi. I love your face.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello everyone. I'm from Bolivia.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm a pole artist, detective.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
in
do you have a
home.
performance for us?
Yes, I will do it.
Bravo, thank you very much. Awesome.
Thank you.
I think we wanted to hear from Maya Zuckerman next about being a potential circus graduate this year.
Hi. Yeah. Hello everyone again.
Hi.
Yeah, so I'm in the third year at Circadia. I'm about to finish my third year. It's crazy. It's such a strange ending to have, to just have it the reality of like your school year even, but especially the last one being cut short. And Shayna Kennedy is our director at Circadium, and she is really great, and she's been making a lot of really wonderful accommodations for us. And our school is fully committed, even though we're told that we're not allowed to go back to session in person at all this school year. They're fully committed to giving us online courses through the end of May, and she still wants all of us to graduate in June, but she is gonna postpone our final showing until the fall, which is really nice. And they're making a lot of really wonderful accommodations for us, and in even letting us have a show next fall and trying to figure out how we can all still be here. But yeah, it's a really strange situation, and I'm just grateful that they're continuing having classes for us, so we still kind of have the togetherness of the school community, and we're not just training on our own in our apartments and homes.
Right.
But my heart goes out to everybody whose shows just got completely canceled and whose years they may have to repeat. Yeah, and it's really tough, and I love the support that CircusTalk is giving to everybody, and I love that people are putting up their final showings online, and that we all get to see and share that and support everybody going out into the world in these crazy times.
Welcome, Amanda Crockett. Where are we saying hello from?
Chicago.
All right.
I'm happy to be here. I'm really happy this is happening. It's nice to get to see a bunch of faces and see what people are doing in the midst of this craziness. We're all kind of trapped inside our homes. It's such a strange time for everybody right now in all the different ways, and everyone's unique situations. And it's been fun to get to see the performances that are happening still over Zoom and other kind of like distanced platforms. And I'm curious to see where all goes. It's kind of fascinating to see a performance of people who are so separate, because to me, one of the things about live performance and circus in particular is how it brings people together in a space, and that sort of like visceral feeling you get when people are doing amazing things so close. But I think it's a great opportunity for new ways to creatively come together. And that's exciting.
Great to see so many people here. I mean, my goodness, some familiar faces. I see the one and only Mr. Brian Litticoat. Wonderful to see you, sir. And hello to Rachel. Yes.
Hi guys, my name's Rachel. I live in Wilmington, Delaware. I work teaching circus part-time at a studio called Ascend Flow Arts in Wilmington, Delaware. It's only part-time, a couple classes a week, kind of a side thing. My full-time job is I work for a company that serves folks with developmental disabilities. So circus isn't my whole life, but it's a big part of my life. I miss going to my classes. I miss teaching my classes. And so I need to come together with my circus community But we're doing a lot of stuff online, just doing what we can. It's really fascinating what's happening with like Zoom performances and teaching remotely. I'm gonna work on my splits, got a pull-up bar. I'm trying to do as much as I can at home until everything opens back up and goes back to normal.
Jenny Taylor?
My name's Jenny Taylor Swain. I have a company called Potluck Arts, and I help produce circus work and also work as a consultant in helping artists and companies in a variety of jobs all over the different companies. My most recent circus client was a company out of London called Upswing, and we were working on bringing their piece into the US. And then I'm also working a little bit with Kim and with Andrea. I have a background in arts presenting, and that's when I was introduced to circus in the late 90s, and have been presenting circus for over 26 years, and in my role as a presenter. And so I've been helping Kim and Andrea working on some of the data that we want to put on for presenters on Circus Talk. But I want to say one thing I want to say thank you to Kim and to Andrea because I have been getting to see a little of their work and working with them. And it's just been astonishing the work that they've been doing and the time and the effort and the way they've been pivoting. This all happened at a time when they were rolling out some business models. And I just want to commend them for having the flexibility and to finding new ways on their platform, because that was what Circus Talk was created for. So I want to thank them, and then I just want to encourage all of you to keep your creativity and to keep what we know about circus artists. One thing, if I worked with the spectrum of artists, the one thing that I have seen consistently over the years is that circus artists tend to be, just by the very nature of the art form, the socialization, the teaching, the collaborative nature of the work, and the need to be flexible will serve you well during this time, because in some realities, you work like that always. You've been an art form that has had to struggle and scream for yourself and had to reinvent yourself and find a place. And so this is not any different. So I think I have a lot of confidence in each and every one of you, and look forward to finding new ways to broaden the audience for circus, because I think more than I believe that one thing we're going to learn that we have already been seeing out of this COVID crisis is the inequality of our communities, the inequality of countries, and the circus is an art form that has the ability to bring people together more than any other art form. And so I think we're going to have a time, the circus arts are going to have a time to shine and really represent and bring a more united community together.
It's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was awesome. I believe we have the wonderful Jordan Velez.
So just a little bit about what I do. So I'm a certified athletic trainer. So I typically work, my job is I work with club sports. So I work typically with like rugby, lacrosse, and I treat athletes for injuries. And one day I'm a graduate assistant at Florida State University, and we have our Flying High Circus program. I was walking by the tent, and my uncle said, "You'd be a good clown," jokingly. And I was like, oh, like that'd be cool if I like reached out to them and said if I could help out. One thing led to another, and now for the past year, it would have been a year, I've been volunteering and working with them, treating them basically as my athletes, now as performers, which has been it's been a tough job, because the things that you do are just not the way that human anatomy works, and it's been really tough and interesting, and it's been awesome in terms of like my job. I love it because it opened my eyes to so many things, but then I see things like this with Circus Talk hosting like this kind of stuff, and it's really nice to see like this type of community that even in this like sort of crisis, people can come together and circus can do this kind of stuff. So it really brings me joy that I'm able to work with such a specific population that has this sort of impact.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, and welcome to the family. I often call the circus, we're like the Sawdust Mafia. You know, you never really get out. So, and it's wonderful. I mean, I think it's so interesting, you know, that you're taking your craft, what you do, and you're implementing it with circus, and you're discovering new tools for your own trade. You know, I'm sure as a athletic trainer, I mean, there are new things you're going to learn to do that you'll probably take back to, you know, quote unquote normal sports or what have you.
Right.
That, you know, you would have never discovered otherwise. I think it's pretty fast. And more importantly, you got to know our community, and you're going to continue to know that. I hope you become a subscriber to CircusTalk.com. Again, it has fantastic content, you know, and it's international content. You know, it's not limited, which is, I think, one of the best things about CircusTalk.com. We're really getting a global and cultural, a multicultural perspective that only the circus can give. So again, welcome, Jordan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Do we have any performances? Anybody? Oh, wait, we have Dustin, right? Dustin, you had some.
Oh, yeah. Hi. I'm kind of a guest here. I'm a musician, but I've been doing some ragtime piano, and my sister, Corey Cheval, had the idea of joining her circus arts with the music I was doing. So we have a show called Dusty's Ragtime Circus, and we have a blast doing it. So I've got a little song, if you guys don't mind. If I play it really fast, it'll be short.
No, do what you can, man. We're looking forward to it.
How's the sound? Can we hear it? No show today, no show today. Coronavirus got to have your way. No show today, but I still gotta play. Someone wants to think of me, it's time to pray. Hey, 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 my piano. Hey, 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 my song. And is that my body together? Kiss my lips, the beat goes on. The beat goes on. Can you quarantine this? No show today, no show today. Coronavirus got to have a way. No show today, but I still gotta play. Someone wants to think of me, it's time to pray. Hey, 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 my piano. Hey, 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 my song. Sing it down. My body together, kiss my lips, the beat goes on. The beat goes on. Well, that's what you got.
That's awesome.
A ragtime song about COVID-19.
That's awesome. You know what's incredible, Dustin, is you know, and I don't know if too many people notice. I'm sure with all these circus aficionados here, you do. Ragtime music and circus, we do have a long-standing relationship.
Hand in hand.
Yeah. So if you would look up, the musician Perry George Lowry, or PG Lowry, one of the early wonderful dynamic musicians who used to play. I think he played with the Ringling Brothers show. But and you can actually see a bit of this on the Netflix presentation of the American Experience PBS special called The Circus. So, you know, for World Circus Day, that's everyone's assignment. If you have Netflix, go and watch The Circus, American Experience. It's really wonderful, and it speaks about how a lot of great American music really got its start under the big top, you know, and being presented to audiences all over the country, jazz, ragtime, all those things. So it's so timely that you would have this this wonderful presentation, and it was beautiful. I enjoyed it. I think everyone can agree. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
One of the things about being in isolation and worried about what's going to happen is it's hard to look down the road too far, but it's good to stay in the moment, and having an animal companion helps with that. So Maple's been practicing. Maple, this is, of course, the best coffee in the world, Circus Harmony's Defy Gravity coffee. Maple, can you bring me the coffee? Bring me the coffee. I don't know if you can see. I hope so. Maple, bring me the coffee. Bring me the coffee. Don't take it to your house. Maple is sheltering in place with my coffee. Give it up for Maple. Maple, come out of here. Come out. You don't usually practice in the living room. Maple, bring me the coffee. Bring me the coffee. There you go. That's my girl. Give it up for Maple. And now shelter in place. Maple, go home. Ta-da! I hope you could see that.
Oh, we did. And as it is with most animals in the circus, Maple was running it.
And all the animals?
And just like all animals in a circus, Maple was doing her own thing.
Exactly.
Let's hear from the one and only Marco.
Hi again, everyone. I just would like to say, in this kind of moments, it is super hard to the artists like me, because my, like everyone, no? Because I live 100% of circus shows, but I can't do shows now. And I just want to say to the people to support your favorite artist or your local artist or your friends. If you can do some online classes like stretching or whatever, is a good thing to this kind of people like me is still working this. And so I think it's a good idea, support all these people. And yeah, I think this is all. And I have a project, and it's coming soon. I'm speaking with my friends. He can do videos and everything like that, and maybe I can do an online show. And so I think it's a good idea to the circus people to do like online shows, like filming with 2 or 3 cameras. And obviously, if the people can pay, it's good for us to still create and to still be creative in circus and be in the profession. So it's just that.
I hear what you say. Hey, Marco, where are you from?
I'm Brazilian, but I'm living in Spain.
Oh, well, oi. My wife is Brazilian. She's
yeah.
She got happy when she heard your voice. I said, yes, people. Yes, my wife is from Brazil, and I know a lot of wonderful people from Brazil. And speaking of Brazil in Portuguese, there was this ringmaster I used to work opposite of when I was in Ringling Brothers, who he got smart and he actually learned Portuguese, unlike me. He's the proprietor of this wonderful show, and he's joining us now. And I see him. Every time I see him, I get happy. He's the wonderful, wonderful Kevin Vernados, ladies and gentlemen. He's right here with us. If we can unmute him and say hello to Kevin.
That's awesome.
Hi, you guys. Hi, everybody. Hi, Jonathan. How are you, my friend?
Good to see you, Kevin.
It's a pleasure, man. Thank you for being a part of bringing some people together here. That's really wonderful thing. You're a natural fit for the digital ringmaster here. Well, the world has always been evolving, and circus has always found a way to be relevant, to maybe for the sake of keeping those performers working. But there's ultimately, I think the best part is bringing people together, communities together. We are a community, the circus community, but I think that maybe because we've in some times, and we've sort of stayed in the past as far as the way that the business needs to function, I think that being innovative and trying things like this to bring people together is fantastic. Of course, there's no replacement for live performance, but if this is a way that inspires people, reminds them to engage with live performance, I'm all for it. I definitely believe in embracing technology. Thank you for doing this. I just inspired me that you have it set up for East Coast and West Coast and Europe and Australia. The world is a big place. We so often get stuck in thinking that this little corner of the world that we see is all there is.
Jennifer, you wanted to speak with us a bit?
Thank you. I am Filipina, but I'm living here in Spain. And well, I was given this invitation. I'm originally a yoga instructor, but I'm also an aerial yoga instructor. And recently, I've finally started studying aerial dance through Spin City Aerial Fitness. So I'm still very much a student. Well, I really love circus arts. It pulled me out of depression a few years back, and it made me so happy learning everything from inversions to hoop to silks and all that, without ever having to take a pill, and I picked myself back up just by learning.
That's remarkable. Wow.
So even though as far as acrobatics go, as far as my actual physical skill to be in the circus isn't anywhere near anyone here. Well, I love meeting people from the business and maybe learning from them or anything, and I just love keeping connected in this industry.
I'm sure, listen, circus has pulled many of us out of many various things. That's the beauty of the art. As you know, again, I was singing the praises of Jessica Hintoff and her great work with Circus Harmony. I can tell you for sure, and I'm sure she could share with you, her wonderful institution has saved many lives and continues to do so. And some of us have experienced our own kind of traumas and demons. And if it wasn't for our circus family, if it wasn't for this community, if it wasn't for the art and this commonality, who knows where we would be. And I think that goes for a lot of us here in our way. So I think you fit in just perfectly. And
thank you.
Oh, it looks like we have some more people joining us. Do we have any more performances? Anybody have any performances you want to display? No? I do something, but again, I'm a ringmaster, so my performance is my mouth.
Sing.
Oh, I knew you were going to do something to me.
Come, do a duet with Kevin. Come on.
I'll sing something for you. I will. I'm going to, but that'll be the finale.
Oh,
I love it. I want to hear from some of our wonderful people here. I see we have, the wonderful Brian Littlecote. Hello, sir. Is he still there?
No, I'm here.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm good. This is a very interesting thing. It's this particular day, World Circus Day, has been something important to me for a number of years, as you know. Down in Sarasota, I started the open house at Show Folks on World Circus Day, and we built it up to having like 1,200 people come through there who had never knew that the club even would ever be opened for people in the Sarasota community to see. And now this year, of course, I'm not down there anymore. I live now in Tennessee, but we're I still think about those days, and I also think back to my days with circus as GM for Big Apple, and starting up Ireland's Kaleidoscape and doing all the show folk stuff, and the Sailor Circus and Circus Sarasota and participation and all of those things. And I still, you know, have great love and everything for all of you and everybody in the circus. It's just, it's been part of my life. And, you know, my career in show business goes back with theater and everything a long time, since my first tour back in 1968. So
wow.
I've been around, I've been around a while.
Children of all ages.
Oh, you better believe it. You better believe it. So I'm just enjoying this this online thing with you, and congratulations to Kim and everybody for putting it together. It's Circus Talk is one of the things that I participate in occasionally. I'm still here. If you don't hear from me all the time, it doesn't mean I'm not reading what's going on. but anyway, all of the circus sites and everything from Facebook and are great to have. Our show folk site and Circus Historical Society and the fans and everything else. It's on everybody's mind, and the future is still on our minds. We've got a lot of work to do when it all comes back, and it will. As I say, I even written on my personal checks, I have a line that says, "There will always be a circus." So,
amen.
That's how I feel. And love to everybody. And again, thank you so much for doing it.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Brian. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. It looks like, I mean, we're coming to the close of this session. I wish we could do this all day long. Honestly, I really do, because this is soul stirring and gratifying, as circus is, being the community that we are. So a few reminders before we go. We have some things we want to share. I'm going to read them off for you real quick, and we'll have a few more things we'll talk about. And yes, I'll sing, doggone it. So after this, you can head over to the American Youth Organization's World Circus Day event, which begins probably in a few minutes if it hasn't begun yet. And it's on Zoom, or you can hop on to the Canadian World Circus Day celebration organized by On Pizza. I feel so good. I learned to say that right. That's going to be on Instagram and Facebook, which also runs for another hour or so. So check out the comments section for the links. Also, Circus Talk is collecting responses and resources to the COVID-19 pandemic in the circus world. So visit their resource page to keep up with the news there. Also, Circus Talk is currently having a COVID-19 relief special. You can receive a free 2 months of Pro membership or a 60% off discount on Yearly Pro. You will have full access for 2 months to all Pro features, such as advanced search and full access to job, audition, residency, and grant posts, as well as job alerts, direct messaging, and exclusive news articles. So let's all end with a big thank you message. We'll end with a big thank you message soon after I've finished singing and all that stuff, because, you know, Sarah always goats me into these things. I told you to keep that German away from it. I told y'all we had to keep off this thing.
Oh, come on.
I love you. Thank you. Well, you know, listen, I mean, I guess the appropriate song for this, I guess where we are right now would be, what is it? Never Walk Alone. I think I'm going to do that one, if that's okay with everybody. Everybody okay with that one? You know, somebody was bugging me about that. So you got to do that song. It's beautiful. And I think it is appropriate for this hour we live in. I think it's universal in its spirit. I really believe in the resiliency of circus. We have a diversity of people, not just in ethnicity and nationality, but also in disciplines. We have show owners, we have performers, we have people who've come to this, you know, who've been novice, and you know, this has been therapy for them. You know, they're expanding their crafts. doing this, and people who just are lifelong fans and lovers of this wonderful thing we call circus. And I am truly of the belief that we will actually come out here thriving once again, as we always has. The show always goes on. I think we find a way to do it. And you know, I will dare to say this, I think circus will lead the entertainment world, the live entertainment world, in many respects. I do urge everyone, it's something I've been beating my head across the wall for years, but I urge everyone to really be supportive of their circus community. There's so many different forums that you can be a part of, even if you don't frequent them. Just like the page, just, you know, find any quality content and, you know, subscribe to that YouTube channel. You know, let's support each other, because I think there's so many people doing some wonderful things out here. And I think just us as a community, and a global community at that, the world is much smaller now. We're all online, so we can really lift each other in that respect. Okay, so I'll stop stalling and I'll sing, Sarah. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky, and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, for your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Hey, thanks everybody. Hey, it's a pleasure to share my little talent with you all. I don't fly. I don't fly. I don't talk to animals. But it's been a pleasure to use my voice to be a part of this extraordinary community. Again, support your local circuses, support your personalities. Let's keep lifting each other. This is a wonderful, wonderful forum. Happy World Circus Day to everyone. Thank you to Circus Talk. Let's all please keep in touch. Find me on Instagram or Facebook at Last Ringmaster. That's my handle, Last Ringmaster. Very easy. I'd love to hear from all of you, and I'll follow back, of course. This is a great start, and let's keep it going. Last thing I'd like to say, let's all end with a big thank you message to all the first responders and essential workers who've been really the great heroes of these past few tremendous weeks, who've been helping us out, keeping us fed, keeping us well during this pandemic. So we're going to unmute everyone, and on the count of 3, in the language of your choosing, we're all going to say a big thank you. Okay? Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to you all, may all your days be circus days. Keep the circus alive inside you.